How does historical context shape literary periods? Imagine a world without history. No wars, revolutions, or social changes. Literature would be very different if it didn't respond to the world around it. That's because the time a piece of writing is created and influences its style, themes, and messages. When we talk about literary periods, we are really talking about chunks of time where literature shares common traits. These traits are shaped by what was happening in the world at that time. For example, during the Renaissance, there was a big focus on human potential and rediscovering classical ideas. This reflected the renewed interest in art, science, and learning that was happening then. Historical events like wars or revolutions often act as turning points for literature. Take the French Revolution. It inspired writers like Voltaire and others to question authority and challenge old ways of thinking. Their works often reflected ideas of liberty and social change. The Industrial Revolution, which changed how people worked and lived, also influenced literature. Charles Dickens wrote about the struggles of the working class and the effects of industrialization in his novels. These stories weren't just entertainment. They were a response to the rapid changes happening in society. Cultural and social movements also shape literary periods. The Enlightenment, with its focus on reason and science, led writers like Voltaire to write satirical works that questioned traditional beliefs. Feminist movements, which fought for gender equality, inspired writers to challenge gender roles and advocate for women's rights. These movements helped define new themes and styles in literature, making it a mirror of society's evolving values. Economic conditions are another factor. In Regency England, social class and wealth played a big role in shaping stories. Jane Austen's novels often explore the lives of people trying to navigate social norms and economic realities. Meanwhile, Victorian London was a place of stark contrasts, which Dickens captured vividly in his stories about poverty and wealth. Understanding the historical context of a literary period helps us see why writers chose certain themes or styles. It makes their work more meaningful because we see it as a response to the world they lived in. Recognizing these connections helps us appreciate how literature evolves alongside history. It shows us that writers are not just creating stories but also commenting on and shaping their society. So, the next time you read a classic novel, think about what was happening in the world when it was written. That context is part of what makes the story special and relevant.